The human species eventually developed a much larger brain, nearly 3 times of the size of chimpanzee or gorilla brain. So humans had play major role in many insane discoveries and places the chronological discoveries. So let's jump into the video to see the recent insane things about humans and their discoveries. If you're not subscribed to the channel, just tap the subscribe button below and don't forget to like this video or you will be in trouble. Dewar and his colleagues discovered the new body part by injecting air into the corneas of eyes that had been donated for research and using an electron microscope to scan each separated layer. Human flesh isn't very nutritious. Hannibal Lecter may have eaten a census taker's liver with fava beans, but according to a new study in the journal Scientific Reports, it wasn't for the calories. The study found that humans are far less nutritious, as defined by energy bang for your bucks, than mammoth, boar, or even a modest beaver. The study's goal wasn't to assess if cannibalism is a great dietary choice. Cannibalism is associated with prion diseases, which are debilitating and incurable. Rather than, the study aims to better understand the role of cannibalism in early hominid societies. Archaeologists know that prehistoric hominids practiced cannibalism because of evidence left behind in the archaeological record. These clues include a missing skull base and absent vertebrae because of boiling or crushing to get to the bone marrow and grease. Cut and chop marks and butchering techniques on hominid remains that mirror those found on food and animal remains, among other things. According to study author James Cole, an archaeologist at the University of Brighton in the United Kingdom, most studies theorize that they did it for nutritional reasons. Surely humans made a nutritious. Armin Meiwes, who is currently serving life in a German prison for killing and eating a man he claims begged to be devoured, says that human flesh is quite good and tastes like pork. Given that hominids have been known to eat far more pungent foods than a pork chop, human meat and could seem downright delectable in comparison. Maybe cannibalism was part of a funeral rite or some other ceremonial process. Whatever the reason, where you order fava beans, ask them to old hominid. New human body part discovered. The human eye now slightly less mysterious. The newest addition to human anatomy is just 15 microns thick, but its discovery will make eye surgery safer and simpler. Harminder Dewar, a professor at the University of Nottingham, recently found a new layer in the human cornea and is calling it Dewar's layer. Dewar's layer sits at the back of the cornea, which previously had only 5 known layers. Dewar and his colleagues discovered the new body part by injecting air into the corneas of eyes that had been donated for research and using an electron microscope to scan each separated layer. The researchers now believe that a tear in Dewar's layer is the cause of corneal hydrops, a disorder that leads to fluid buildup in the cornea. According to Dewar, knowledge for the new layer could dramatically improve outcomes for patients undergoing corneal grafts and transplants. This is a major discovery that will mean that ophthalmology textbooks will literally need to be rewritten. Dewar says, from a clinical perspective, there are many diseases that affect the back of the cornea, which clinicians across the world are already beginning to relate to the presence, absence, or tear in this layer. The study appears in the Journal of Ophthalmology. How much can a human body sweat before it runs out? Must rehydrate. It all depends on the size, physical fitness, and hydration of the person in question. But it's possible to sweat buckets before heart stroke sets in and we pass out. After all, there are about 3 million sweat glands on the human body. The highest concentration is in our palms. And the average person aggressively working out perspires about 0.7 to 1.5 liters per hour. Theoretically, if we are attached to a treadmill and pumped full of liquids, it's possible to keep sweating forever. Particularly, active people sweat about 1.5 to 1.8 liters an hour, while a triathlete can produce nearly 4 liters of sweat in a same time. Lawrence Armstrong, an environmental and exercise physiologist, has proved that the human body continues sweating no matter how dehydrated it is. That after losing 3 to 5% of our body weight, the sweating process begins to slow down. As long as hypothalamus sends nerves impulses to the sweat glands, we will perspire. If sweating stops, then something is terribly wrong. If our core temperature goes above 104 degrees, the body begins to overheat to the point where its protein denatures. As Armstrong points out, it's impossible to sweat out all the water in our bodies. People don't shrivel up to until they are dead. First early human genome sequenced. Scientists have sequenced the genome of an ancient human for the first time. An international team extracted DNA from 4000 years old hair found in Queensland permafrost. They were able to sequence an impressive 79% of the genetic material and shared a thing or two about this ancient Homo sapiens. They nicknamed him Ainak. His DNA indicates that his ancestors left Siberia to travel to the New World before the ancestors of current natives of North America did. He also had brown eyes, thick hair, and darker skin. And of course, other key traits we were just dying to know. He had dry earwax, common in Asians and Native Americans, a propensity to baldness, and type A positive blood, a fondness for the most fabulous hairstyle in all of our human history, the mullet. An artificial intelligence can tell whether ancient feces came from a person or a dog. Dog feces can still be troublesome thousands of years after being dumped. Archaeologists can end up in a deep doo-doo if they mistake for human feces. Ancient feces can be a valuable source of information about the identity, diet, and health of people who lived thousands of years ago. But dog feces, which are similar size and shape, are also common at many archaeological sites. It's challenging to tell them apart, says Maxime Bory of the Max Planck Institute for the Science of the Human History in Germany. Dog feces often contain human DNA. On the flip side, ancient human feces often contain dog DNA, because eating dogs was long commonplace in many communities all over the world. Because of this, Bory's method looks at all the DNA in a coprolite, including that of microbes living in the gut, which vary from species to species. The researchers checked the system by testing modern stool samples and then applied it to 20 samples of soils or coprolites from archaeological sites where the source is known or at least suspected. The 7 soil samples didn't fool the system and were classified as uncertain. Another 7 samples were clearly identified as either dog or human. For instance, feces found in the chamber pot in the UK didn't appear human based on the parasites within. CoproID identified it as dog doo-doo. So I think you guys enjoyed this video. Please make sure to click the like button below this video and subscribe to the channel.